Joshua Feuerstein, the evangelical Christian star who you may know as the guy who was outraged over the Starbucks coffee cups because they weren't Christmassy enough. Yeah, that's the guy. So this guy put out a video over the summer wherein he directly incites violence against Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood has hunted down millions and millions of little innocent babies, stuck a knife into the uterus, cut them, pulled them out, crushed their skull with forceps, ripped their body apart, sold their tissue, and threw them bleeding into a trash bin. I say tonight, we punish Planned Parenthood. I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their life.
That sounds pretty explicit, right? I mean, he said, quote, "I say tonight we punish Planned Parenthood. I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their life." Is this something that someone who is allegedly pro-life would be saying? I mean, if you say this, you're not pro-life, you're anti-life. You're saying that you want to punish Planned Parenthood. And look, I'm not directly saying that he's unilaterally responsible for this attack on Planned Parenthood, but this type of rhetoric is extremely, extremely dangerous. Now, he has since deleted the said video in question, but his defense, wait for it, is that the video in question is, quote, a highly edited video that was taken out of context. Oh my god, I mean, do people not know what being taken out of context means? They just don't, especially on the right. Nobody knows what that means. Now, the reason why he says he was taken out of context is because in the video, he was discussing Cecil the lion and talked about how it's crazy that people were outraged over the death of a lion, but not abortions. And he, quote, simply pointed out the irony that abortion doctors such as those at Planned Parenthood, they don't go to work in fear for their life, and yet they're killing little human beings. That doesn't change anything. I don't understand it. That's your defense? That's really your defense? So even when you put it into context, you're still inciting violence. Do you not get how this works? You said, quote, let me read it one more time. "I say tonight we punish Planned Parenthood. I think it's time that abortion doctors should have to run and hide and be afraid for their lives." What do you think one of your lunatic followers will get from that? I mean, do you think they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, we should go and protest"? No, you said you want them to be afraid for their lives. This is as clear as day. This is as clear as day. This is a fundamentalist Christian inciting violence on Planned Parenthood.
What's his moral barometer? Where is it at? It's nowhere.
Only 3% of Planned Parenthood's procedures involves abortions. The majority of abortions, over 90% that is, occur prior to 20 weeks. That's before the central nervous system develops. So what you're doing is you are aborting a ball of cells. It's not a human yet. It can't feel pain. It's as sentient as a plant. It's a cluster of cells. It's not equivalent to the life of a fully grown, functioning adult human being. So to put a fetus that is not even developed, we're talking about pre-gestational fetuses, to put that on the same playing field as a human adult life, you're not pro-life. You're not pro-life. How can you call yourself pro-life but then advocate for the death of Planned Parenthood doctors? I don't get it. And to say that you were taken out of context or that the video was highly edited, let me ask my viewers this question. How many jump cuts did you see in that? 0. You saw 0 jump cuts. It wasn't edited.
I say tonight, we punish Planned Parenthood.
It was just the clip in question where he talks about inciting violence on Planned Parenthood. When you put it in context, it's the same context. So this blows my mind. Now look, the question is, why am I talking about this idiot? Well, the reason is because he has 1.8 million followers, and this is an individual who is highly influential, who advocates for Christian Sharia law. He is the poster boy for right-wing evangelical fundamentalism, so his words, unfortunately for the human race, hold a lot of weight. This is insane. If this doesn't discredit him, then I have no hope for humanity, because all of his followers are supposedly pro-life Christians, yet they're okay with someone who advocates killing. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's completely immoral, and this dude should be completely ashamed of himself.